Welcome, my dear viewer, to Dr. Paul Kibicho, PhD, QB, HSC, official YouTube and Facebook channel. And tonight, I want us to look at something that many of us people, many, indeed very many, and maybe maybe most likely you are a victim. What do you like giving? You like giving excuses. Today, I want us to look at what we call excuses. Are they of any importance in our lives? Are they the ones that have delayed us from being the people that we ought to be? What are excuses? Why on earth? This is my question. Why on earth should you keep giving excuses? Every time you give excuses. Every time you give excuses. You want, number one, maybe to build a house, but you have always given excuses. The cost of raw materials, the cost of materials are very, very expensive. I am wondering what time or what moment you are waiting when when the prices of those materials of building the house will be lowered to meet your needs. Nobody dares. Nobody is bothered about you. The universe has got no space for you, my friend. If you can't be able to make decisions, stop making excuses. People are afraid of giving excuses. For instance, here I am. Kebicho is, for your information, I'm one person who believes in doing what I'm supposed to do at that particular point in time when an idea comes to me. If there is something that I hate passionately, there are those people who give flimsy excuses. I have come to tell you today, stop giving excuses. Kebisho, you know what? I could have bought a plot 2 years ago, but COVID came. Are you telling us that before COVID came, you had 10 acres of land? Are you telling us that before COVID came, you had 5 apartments? Give us a break. My brother, my sister. Some of you watching me from wherever you are. When I started this company called Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Unlimited, some of you just decided to go blind. Some of you decided to be deaf. Let me tell you something. By the time you wake up from your blood, the train has left the station. The people who heard me, the people who listened to me that time, today they are smiling all the way to the bank as you continually gnash your teeth, giving the various excuses that you have. And the most bounty place of excuses is between your 2 ears. If there is something that the universe has provided in large quantities, it is excuses. The easiest route in life is giving excuses. And I'll tell you this for free. You meet somebody who cleared a master's degree more than 10 years ago. Ask him, why haven't you decided to pursue for your PhD? Aye, Kebicho, I'm waiting for life to become a bit bearable. Allow me to give you at least 5 reasons where we make excuses. Familiarity gets better with us. Familiarity gets the better of us. You are so familiar where you stay. You have rented a house for 7 years and you are comfortable. So that is your familiar ground. So for heaven's sake, you are comfortable there. You do not think anything outside that, because we normally say familiarity breeds contempt. You are so familiar. You've gotten so familiar to that particular environment, and the only thing that you know best is that particular environment. My brother, my sister, I'm telling you, Mother Nature is not waiting for you. You'll be surprised. There are those people who never bought a piece of land here in Nairobi in the year 2000. They gave all manner of excuses. Kebisho, you know what? The piece of land here in Kitengela is very, very expensive. Now, are you telling me that there will come a time when the piece of land at Kitengela will be cheap? My brother, my sister, go and tell that one to the mountains. I'm here to challenge you today. I'm here to tell you the truth as it is. If you are a poor decision maker, don't expect to succeed in life. This life is meant for people who know how to make decisions. And we normally say it is in the moment of decision making that you shape your destiny. Those people who joined Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited on 8th November 2021, I'm telling you, some of them, they have been giving us testimonies that makes us even to be more humble. Kebicho, you gave me a platform through which I've been able now to accumulate my 3 million shillings, which was unheard of before. These are the kind of testimonies that we hear. Why? Because these people made a decision. You have been in long marriage for quite a long time. Your husband is chaotic. Your husband is volatile. Your husband is toxic. Your wife with similar characteristics, and you are still sitting plated here, assuming that he's going to become father who. Let me tell you,
If you are in a very toxic relationship, I'm here to tell you today that you, sorry to say, there is no other way to define you. What you are waiting there is death. You're not the first person to divorce. You're not the one who defined the word divorce in the dictionary. Get out of that place and look, chart your own way. The universe waits for you. We have had so many people who have divorced and they have made it in life. You can't wait for your death where you can be able to make a decision. Stop that clap. Get out of that marriage. Don't you worry whether you belong to whichever religion. You go listening to a pastors and they're equally confused. Majority of them are equally confused. You can't actually use them as the parliament and the barometer and the compass of your life. You have your own life to lead. You shouldn't lead other people's lives. You must learn to make decisions because by the end of the day, it is your life. Nobody else's life. It is your life. Your husband takes beer. Any money that he gets, it is betting. Any money that he gets, he normally goes to those familiar areas where he's called a chairman. And you are still sitting plated when you are paying school fees for your children. Your husband is not disabled, but he can't be able to meet financial obligations in your house. And you are calling yourself married. Married to who? Get out of slumber. Familiarity gets the better of us. You must get out. You must get out of that familiar territory and pitch your tent and move to another location. Sometimes movement helps you clear your clutter in your mind. Sometimes moving from that familiar ground makes you think even in a better way. I'm challenging all of you watching me from wherever you are. You must stop giving those excuses. Stop giving excuses. Stop excuses. You have done so for quite a long time. You should get out of the familiar ground. The other problem that causes us people to give excuses is that we doubt ourselves. You do not have confidence in yourself. You continually make mistakes. You have made so many mistakes, but you don't learn from them because you do not have confidence. You do not trust yourself. If you can't trust yourself, who else will you trust? My brother, my sister, Madam Sanchez Garoya, this is the moment of truth. I've decided to come here and give you the moment of truth that stop doubting yourself. God created you with ability and capacity to make decisions. Stop giving excuses and start trusting yourself, because trust will emanate from you and it will be able to make you see things and see ideas that can tilt your balance and you become a greater person in this universe. Stop giving excuses. Stop doubting yourself. Point number 3, we are scared. Scared of what? The moment you found yourself and you realize that you're a human being, if you're past 18, 20 years, even if you started getting scared of life, you have it. So, and let me tell you, none of us is going to become more ripe. None of us is growing mature to be harvested. We know in the final analysis, Gekeri Wanjoroge, we shall all die, but we should not focus on death. We know death, we carry death every day. But that should not stop us from pursuing our dreams and goals. The moment you start allowing fear to creep in your mental faculties, that is where that becomes the genesis of your failure. Because majority of us people, we think from myopic point of view. We have not been able to enlarge our thinking capacity and ability. Because you start thinking that, you know what, I'm scared of life. Scared of what? If you are hearing me and you can see me from wherever you are, take life, take the bull by its horns. Appreciate that God has given you this life. Do what you can do. Perform your duties to what we call your utmost level of performance. You never know. We have people who have lived for 100 years. We have people who have lived. We had a man from Ukraine who had lived for 137 years. What are you telling us? God can equally grant you that long life. Pursue your dreams in life. Don't stop giving excuses. Trying something new and stretching out of our comfort zone can initially feel daunting, but usually underneath these feelings could be underlying fears, such as encountering fear or failure. Let me tell you, if you fail, don't you worry. You're not the first person to fail. Don't you worry. Just like I have told you, if you get divorced, don't you worry because of getting divorced. I'm a lawyer. I handled more than 11 divorce cases during my internship at Milimani Commercial Courts. I was going there not as a widower, not as a bachelor. I was there. And we had quite a number. But that should not be the case to stop you from thinking about your tomorrow. You are in charge of your own destiny. And you must learn to make decisions no matter what. Stop giving excuses that you are fearing what? Don't fear. Fearful people, they die 1,000 times before they meet the actual death. Don't fear. Move on. So don't get scared. We are not ready. That's another excuse that we give. We are not ready. Ready to do what? I have said this, and I'm going to echo it even now, that the speed of implementation dictates the level of success. You basically succeed because of the speed of implementation. Nobody is ever ready. No one is ever ready in life. No one. But I normally say that it is not particular moment when you make up your mind that life starts taking a different turn altogether for the better. Don't keep saying, I'll do. Procrastination is the mother of failure. Excuses are the fertilizers that helps procrastinators to miserably fail in life. So avoid procrastination. When will you be ready? You are not waiting for a whistle to be blown by any referee. It is you to say no. And you only require to use basic thinking and thoughts. Whatever you have been able to achieve today, it began by making a decision. For me, I'm in my office today because I took a step from my compound. If I never left my compound, I would be where I was in the morning. But I made up my mind to wake up and come to office. I have also made up my mind right now to come and talk to you. So it's about making a decision and taking a step of faith. Have faith. The same God who was with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego liveth. The same God who was with David still liveth today. The same God who was with Paul and Silas is alive. Jesus is alive. Wake up. He's the giver of life. He's the one who blades. He blades what we call success into actions. So the moment you start trying something, God comes in and helps you to change things around you. Start surrounding yourself with positive men and women. Stop surrounding yourself with failures because you become another statistic of failure. Get out of those areas where you know they only compromise your chances of getting successful. Get out of those people. Associate yourself with men and women of integrity, men of father, garant men and women who knows what it takes to succeed, because you must go through pain to gain. There is no shortcut. This aspect of saying that we are not ready is another aspect, or is another angle that people take to become better failures. Stop it. Until we are not motivated. There is no single motivation in the whole universe who can motivate you. I repeat again. By the way, I'm a motivational speaker. But I can tell you this, we have spoken to so many people who are still where they were. Because by listening to Kibisho talking to you like this, unless you decide to take a step of what I'm telling you, you'll still maintain the status quo ante. Even the Bible says salvation comes by hearing and doing the word of God. You must take an action. Many of us are good hearers. I've spoken to millions of people. And I can tell you, those millions of people that were listening to me from the moment I started talking on the social media and TV and radios, majority of us would be rich, will not be struggling. Some of us people, we can't even have what we call 3 meals in a day. You take 1 meal in a day, and you think that is how the universe was supposed to be handled. That is not the way. Should be taking 3 meals in a day. But you have now reduced what we call the conventional principles of good health to fit your shrinking thinking. It's what we call shrinking thinking mentality. Shrinking thinking mentality. That you take a cup of tea in the morning, you skip nothing else. The whole day, you say a cup of tea is enough. Because you do not have. And why don't you have? Because you are a first cousin to excuses. Excuses. Stop that. Stop that. Motivate yourself. No one can motivate you. Nobody motivated me to be the doctor I am or to be the lawyer I am. If I was waiting for people to come and motivate me, where are they? In Kenya. Many Kenyans know how to demotivate you. I'm telling you, many Kenyans, they know how to give you the antidote of failure. They are professionals giving you what we call the injection of failure. Jologe Ken, you want to start a camping site? You remember Paul started and it failed? Who tells you that Paul is the benchmark for Timothy? Who tells you that Jennifer is the benchmark for Esther? Who tells you that Wycliffe is the benchmark for Peter? Get out of that, my brother. George Warohio, get out of that crap. Get out of that crap. Nobody can ever motivate you. Today, I was called by somebody who said, Kibisho, I want to become like you. I posed a question to him. How far did you go academically? Form 4, I flopped. I repeated in Form 3, I flopped. I told you, my brother, you need to refocus. You need to refocus your life. You require to reorganize yourself. You require to beat yourself. You have lived in this universe for 15 years and you're still struggling in life financially. Something is terribly wrong with you. You must change the attitudes. You must change the longitudes. You must change the approach that you've been using in life. This world is so generous. The world is so generous. You only require to come up with an idea that solves people's problems and money follows you. So who tells you that money gonna come depending on people? I'm even an advocate of what, and I know many people will start insulting me because that is what we call, that's another pedestal of those people who are failures. When I say something like this, in order for us to awaken our people, our society up, this aspect of being given even bursary should be stopped. Yes, it should only be given to the deserving people. It is making people lazy. People are waiting for their members of parliament on their doorsteps because the government has actually, we have what we call the low-lying callots, the hanging low callots. People can't think. You have already planted a seed of dependency. That is why they keep waiting for our MPs. They keep waiting for our MCAs. They keep waiting for our governors because the government is perpetuating this aspect of giving bursary and they think they are doing them a service. That's a disservice because you have people who can wake up in the morning and go and work. But as long as they know they will be waiting for bursary, they can't go and work. These are the people who keep disturbing us. Kebisho, I want you to give me money to take my child to school. In the first place, they are poor planners. People without money are poor planners in life. Say whatever you want to say. I'll have to speak the truth. We must kill the seed of dependency. We must become independent, and becoming independent is a conscious decision. You cannot, like now Kenya has become also, it is also suffering from the same disease. Borrowing money, sometimes even unnecessarily. Anybody who is a professional manager knows you can never borrow money to pay salaries. You can never borrow money for development when your balance or when your accounts are not good, when your balance sheet is not good, because those loans must be repaid. What do you put in? Why? We can't continue like this. I am telling the government that we must now start using what we call key parameters to establish who are those people deserving. There are people who really deserve what we call bursary by virtue of their status in the society. There are people who are lowly. We understand that. But there are some other people. You see somebody, a neighbor-bodied man like a bishop queuing for bursary. The other day you saw and somebody dying when Kengala was giving bursary. And the people scampering there for bursary. Some of them are so energetic. This aspect of the government giving bursary should actually be re-examined because it is perpetuating poverty within our community members. Why? Because the moment somebody knows there will be a budget for bursary, they start coming here, they start disturbing our members of parliament. Why? I am saying, and I'm an advocate of crippling down that bursary fund. Why are our MPs fighting? Why are they fighting in parliament to have bursary? It is because they know that that is what they use as a bait to have people voting for them. That is what they use as a bait. And sometimes you wonder, this nation is full of amusements. It is only in Kenya where somebody can even steal a transformer when electricities are on. Why is MCA fighting for bursary? You need to ask yourself those pertinent questions. Why is our MP fighting for bursary? Why is our women led fighting for bursary? Why is our governor fighting for bursary? It is not because they have the welfare of the people at heart. It is because they know that is the bait that they use for electorates to change their mind. Why can't we have a centralized place where that money can be distributed according to the report given by the people concerned, but not the MPs? The role of the MPs is what we call legislation, representation, and oversight. So this issue of people coming aloud and telling Kenyans that we are thinking about you positively is what is making policies not to be effective. They are bringing up what we call half-baked policies because their business is to think how they can get bursaries. Others have stolen those bursaries, and our government is so loud that even if the Auditor General tells us that the bursary has been misused, these members of parliament have never been arrested. They still walk scot-free. They still take their girlfriends wherever they want to take them. And poor people think they are being helped. They are not helping you. The members of parliament are not helping you. They are looking for an avenue through which they can perpetuate their position in parliament. We must wake up from the slumber. Let us not, if God has anybody, think. If you can be able to get your 10, 20,000 shillings, if you can be able to get your 15,000 shillings, that is where you can get your seed for prosperity. We must stop giving those excuses. Allow me to say this as I bring this show to a close. It is so disturbing, and I repeat it, it is so disturbing that our people have been conditioned to think that they cannot. I have been asking a very simple question for obvious reasons. For instance, who said the MP should have a bursary? And why are they fighting about it? Is it because we have seen bursaries that has been distributed some school, some regions in Kenya, and children are still going to what we call, they're still studying at a tree. That these people have been allocated a bursary. They have been given the NCDF. How do they use it? And we keep quiet as Kenyans because we Kenyans, we are docile. So we must kill this issue of perpetuating poverty in the Republic of Kenya. We must stop giving excuses. Don't go give those excuses. Don't change the basic fact that if you are poor, you remain poor. But the beauty is poverty is not permanent. What do you require to change? You must change your attitude. If you're a lady who is able-bodied, I thank God for those ladies who make chapatis along the streets. I don't mind. Let's talk about it being unhygienic, but they're able to provide for their family members. And as you talk about them being unhygienic, you only require to visit some places like Kibera, Korogosho, Madare, among other bad places in the world. And you realize that these people, they try their level best. And if that person uses what we call his maids or her maids in the right way, they'll be able to get a seed that they'll use to take them to the next level. We must stop this aspect of being dependent on other people, and we learn to be dependent on our own thinking. Hebu tafakari hayo. Thank you very much for watching me as I wind up this show. For those who may be hearing me for the first time, thank you very much, Madam Lile Koskei, my former law classmate at Parklands campus. I can see you. Thank you very much, George Warohio. Say hi to Madam Glace. Thank you very much, Jackson Geked, once again, my former colleague. You know where you are. And I know Dominion is still doing good. And I once again thank you very much, Jackson Geked. I'm proud of you. You found me when you were very young, 119 years, and today you're a man with a sense of direction. I'm proud of you. Should you be interested in knowing more about what we do, what Kebisho undertakes at Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, you can just call me on my number, text me on my number 0722 633 If you want to get out of poverty, get out of, you can imagine how surely God has given you good health. God has given you brains. God has given you ribs that are functioning. There were Jennifer. God has given you everything. And you are still sitting in that cocoon of poverty. You are still renting a house where electricity is being switched on in the morning at 6 a.m., off in the morning and 6 in the evening. And you think that is not what God purposed you to be. You must get out of that. Think, if you have 20,000, you can even go and lease a piece of land somewhere and you do your own things. Get out of, we have so many things. I salute, like now there's a gentleman who normally brings me some goods, even some few things in my office. I'm proud of him. Those people that you find rich, they started from somewhere. Start now saving. Don't eat everything. Stop subscribing to the philosophy of Haina, clearing and forwarding. Come to Quest Pinnacle. Start putting your money. Build your financial capacity. And you start now maneuvering your life. And you enter into the space of generating good money for you and your family. You enjoy life. You can never, ordinary animals were meant to walk forever. You can't walk forever. You can't stay on rented premises forever. No. Think. Don't give us this, what irritates me most, my husband, my wife. Those stories of my husband, my wife, don't tell us. We have heard enough about my husband, my wife. You have your own brains. Nobody carries your brains. Do not let other people pull you down. Some husbands are afraid of giving their wives PhDs, putting her down, and the other ladies giving their husband's PhD, putting him down. Get out of that class. That class of putting others people down will not take you anywhere. Make a decision. The choice is yours. And I've told you as I bring this show to a close, between letter B and letter D, we have letter C. Between birth, death, or destination, the choices that we make define who we become in life. The choice is yours. Some people found Zacchaeus to be short. And you know what? Zacchaeus was short, yes, we know as the Bible says. But his shortness made him to appear in the Bible. You are tall. Where have you appeared? So, in his short stature, he was able to find a space in the Bible. In your current status, Joseph was sold to a foreign land. They thought they had brought Joseph's dreams into an end, but he became a prime minister. Start thinking positively. The world will offer everything that you require. You'll be able to enjoy your life. You eat what you want, you dress what you want, you wear what you want, and life will be more bearable. But on condition, you wake up from your slumber. On condition, you take action. The greatest tragedy in people's lives is not even death, it is remaining in a status of inertia. You've been told onto your marks, set, instead of going, you're still sitting wherever you have been. It's up to you. May God bless you. I'll be coming up shortly on something else. God bless you. Have a good evening. You can reach me on 07226-3021. You can call our office line 0116 13 13 13 or 0713-534-65 for more information. God bless you. Thank you so much, Mr. Joroge Gekeri once again. Lily Kosige, how are you? Dewa Jennifer, how are you? Jackson Gekeri, Joseph Goge, thank you very much. May God bless all of you. Have a good evening. Watu wangu wa Facebook,